heard Tracy mention Granity. We will be back on that coastline in Bulla later in the program, but our reporter Logan Church is in Takaka and joins us now live from the cut of town via live view. Gosh, it looks like a beautiful evening there, Logan. Calm and blue and rather glorious, but what's the mood?
Yes, well, even just 24 hours ago, a lot of this town was evacuated. Hundreds of people were sent to the evacuation centre with fears that the river, the Takaka River, would burst its banks and flood the town. Of course, now, 24 hours later, it is stifling. It is stifling hot right now. But of course, we're still in an emergency situation. The fear has changed from obviously flooding, in fact, to a serious shortage of supplies, in particular groceries. I was actually out and speaking with the Fresh Choice owner down the road. It's the only major supermarket here, John. And early this morning, even before the supermarket opened its doors at 8, there were queues of residents and tourists lined up. And when those doors opened, they raced inside. Now there's no bread, there's no milk, there's no toilet paper. They're running low on supplies of baby products. And it could still be some time until those supplies get through to this town.
Yes, it will be a long time, and we'll talk about the road in a moment. But Logan, we were talking to Chris Farfoy before, and he told us that they may be barging supplies in. Have you heard anything about that?
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of hope in this town pinned on those barges. We know, as I mentioned before, I was speaking to the owner of Fresh Choice, and his staff have been coordinating with Civil Defence themselves about getting those groceries and those supplies into the area. Now, the owner of the store is saying that people should not be concerned that there won't be any food or supplies. It just won't probably be what you'd usually see on the supermarket shelves here. But it's also not just stuff you'd find in the supermarket. The Civil Defence are warning that people need to be conservative with their petrol consumption. So far today, it doesn't appear like anyone has run out here in terms of the stations. But even just looking around and talking to people are out with jerry cans, filling them up with petrol. And these barges are not coming right now. It could be at least another day or two before we see them, John.
So a couple of days before any rescue by sea. What about the main road? We hear from people who are up in the chopper that there are multiple slips and serious damage. Have you any idea when that road will reopen?
The short answer, John, is no. I myself flew over that road today, and the damage is astounding. You can see parts of the road just washed away or even disappeared under slips up there, and it's going to be a monster task to get that open. Now, the Transport Agency are hoping to get at least one lane open and operational in the next couple of days, but a time frame for that has not been finalised. And looking at the scope of work, and from even my own experience of flying over it, it's no wonder why no time frame can be set at this time. So really, as I mentioned before, all of these townspeople and the residents and the tourists who are trapped here are really hoping on putting their hopes on these barges. Although, to be fair, there has been a lot of activity in the airports and with commercial water taxis. So there is a way in and out for people. But the only thing is that these are not big planes. They are little 2-seater, 4-seater planes who are going in and out. And there's only obviously a limited amount of water taxis. So a bit of a coordination effort to get those who need to leave out. But as I said, all eyes are on the road now to see how soon the Transport Agency can get that up and running.
Logan Church, thank you, Logan.